This video is not intended to present medical advice or information. Its sole purpose is to share with others what I have learned about backpacking with a moderate mobility impairment. As with all strenuous activities, consult your healthcare professional before starting any activities which could be harmful to you. Outdoor activities can be inherently dangerous. Know your limits before you start. Hiking and camping with mobility impairments can seem challenging at best. I should know, I have peripheral neuropathy in my legs and my balance is questionable at best. A little bit of my story. I have diabetes, which has contributed to the neuropathy. 5 years ago, I could barely walk across a room in my own home. Medication had given me a new sense of adventure, and I got back out into the woods. Slowly, I was able to build my hiking distance up to about 3 miles. But then I fell, getting up from the ground out of my tent. I actually bent a high-tensile aluminum tent pole. Not a good thing. I thought I would have to give up on the hiking and the camping. I looked at my gear and realized that part of the problem was what I had on my back. The other problem was what I was sleeping in. I was carrying an ancient external frame backpack. I realized it was not hugging my back the way it should, and as a result, I was being thrown around by it. While I was young and healthy, I could control it. Now at 50-something and shaky to begin with, I could no longer handle it. So I ditched my beloved external pack and purchased a new internal pack. The difference it made was considerable. My pack hugs my back and moves with me instead of against me. Plus I can pack my load more efficiently because I don't have to strap things to the pack frame. I have some observations. Disability means added weight. I have my medical testing kit with me at all times. It carries in a belly pack that fits under the hip belt from my pack. I also keep my emergency rations there so they're quick and easy to get to. Above all, protect your safety. If you hike with a prosthesis, you'll need your skin and limb care essentials easy to get to. Make sure you have what you need where you need it. This is not extra weight. It is added weight that serves a purpose. It can literally be your lifeline. Use hiking poles. Use them in pairs. Not only do poles help your stability, a pole plant is better than a face plant any day, but they reduce strain on the knees and back and help you maintain a cadence as you hike. Trekking poles mean that I can hoist myself up rocks and stream beds with the assistance of my arms as well as my legs. I often have difficulty getting the oomph I need with just my legs to get me up and over. But 2 things made the biggest difference in my getting back to the woods. The first was mindset. I did not have to prove anything to anyone. I'd gone from struggling to cross a room to moving through the woods, even if it was only a few hundred yards. I viewed that as extreme progress. I also found my shelter of choice, a hammock. Before we get too far into the subjects of hammock, a quick warning. Hammock camping is very compatible with a mix and match style. Before long, you can end up with a gear closet full of tarps and quilts that will leave you outfitted for every kind of weather or contingency. Welcome to the world in the trees.
When you say hammock, this is probably what most people think of, is a stretch of cloth that you lie in. And the experience that a lot of people have is that they can get into the hammock all right, For those of us who are somewhat mobility impaired, getting out can be a problem. Trying to get out of a hammock like this can be a real issue because there just doesn't seem to be much of a way to really get what you need to do to be able to stand up. Getting into and out of a Hennessy hammock is an easy thing to do, particularly for those of us who are somewhat mobility impaired. And just let me demonstrate some of what I'm talking about. The bottom slit means that you can enter the hammock standing up and then position it under your butt. You sit down and pull your legs into the hammock, allowing whatever quilt you may have to recover to its position. Getting out of a Hennessy is much the same. Move the quilt aside with your feet, and then you can reach out and grab hold of the hammock right here from the inside and just pull yourself to your feet and walk out. Now, I can't get up from the ground. I have a very difficult time getting up from the ground. At one point I fell and actually bent a tent pole, and I thought I was going to have to give up camping. But this allows me to be off the ground, not only when I get in, but also when I get out. So it really has been a marvelous benefit for me as a mobility impaired individual. A bridge hammock has a very flat lie, and so it can be very helpful for people who have back problems. It's also one of the easier hammocks for me to get out of after a Hennessy, although it is a little bit strange. I push my butt right up to the edge there, reach out, grab and sit up, and then I can stand up. So my preference in terms of my own mobility disability is to use either the Hennessy, which is my hammock of choice, or a bridge.
Mobility disabilities do not mean that we have to stay indoors. There are actually a number of ways to be able to get out and enjoy the camping and the hiking that we used to do and enjoy so much. So come to the trees, come to hang in the air. Hammockforums.net is one of the best resources that you will find for moving into hammock camping. Hammockforums.net. See you in the trees.